enunciate your words.
How do you guys want to start it?
However you want, Caleb.
Yeah, because you're the one that's.
What's our budget?
What
That's
the fuck? You spat a cork at me.
What actually happened there was my teeth were so powerful that it flipped it out. They all like to suck their cock and I go.
He's had a lot of coffee today.
Oh, yeah.
Wow.
Hey, everybody, it's Wee Movies.
What's up, everybody? This is our YouTube video for the review that we did of the Mule.
Yep.
Very condensed, very light. If you want to hear the full version of it, go down to our Spotify, which will be in the link down below this movie, this video. And
I'm Scotty, that's Caleb, and
I'm Jordan. Yes.
Caleb, you haven't seen this movie, lucky you.
Yeah, fantastic.
Spoilers,
From the
we didn't
sounds
like
of
it.
So yeah, earlier today we did the full podcast, and right now we're just doing a condensed version for you guys on YouTube. Caleb, any questions to start us off?
Who saw the trailer?
I didn't see the trailer.
No one saw the trailer?
No.
Really?
No.
Even while watching other movies? Oh, that's interesting. I did see the trailer. I thought it looked half interesting.
And he's the one who didn't see the movie, and he saw the trailer. So
what were the highlights for the trailer for you?
Oh,
If you can remember any of it.
an old man wants to be a mule because he has a shit relationship with his family.
it is actually a good
That's
idea.
a really good condensed version of the plot.
And
Synopsis.
that sounds like a good film.
Yeah.
The problem is, it doesn't deliver.
No, it doesn't. Unlike Clint Eastwood in this
Who
film,
delivers.
who delivers drugs.
He has 2 threesomes.
He has 2 threesomes and is a
Wow.
sexist, racist old fart. And
And may have proved himself, unfortunately, irrelevant.
Irrelevant. Yeah, definitely.
It's so unfortunate, considering his career.
It is.
The thing is, there are still bits of this movie which are funny. There was a scene where he knocks on the window of a scary cartel guy, and the guy's like, crazy old man, just funny.
Yeah, they always like, he's funny, crazy old man. He's one of us kind of thing. And I buy that for the most part, but they don't stay on it. They don't commit to its best parts.
Yeah.
The only thing they commit to is probably the
Misogyny.
lazier, it's just silly, superfluous
The
stuff.
first half an hour, the movie doesn't actually feel like it knows what it wants to be.
No.
And then the rest of the movie just, whatever. Just
Yeah,
stop
they
caring.
don't commit. They're just cruising through the rest of the
It's a
film.
cruise.
Yeah.
It's a cruise from one drug bust to another.
And it's not fun either. It's very dull, very boring.
Okay, so were there any highlights of the movie at all?
Well, yeah, no, there's the scene where that happens, and there's another scene where he's driving along, and he's singing along the country tune, and he's being bugged by his handler and another minion, and they end up singing along too. And it's this nice moment. They're all singing.
It only goes for like 2 minutes, but it's nice and it's relatable. I feel it's in a weird way because it just feels real.
There are some awkwardly funny scenes, and there's some scenes where you're laughing you shouldn't be, because as we mentioned, he
like
unlike Gran Torino, Gran Torino does this thing of turning it on the head of racist. This does the exact opposite.
This embraces a lot of old white man racism that I was very uncomfortable with.
Yeah.
I guess in a word, I would sum this movie up as uncomfortable to watch for me. And not for the right reasons. Not for the challenging reasons.
It's like you sit in, you brace yourself, you put your seatbelt on, and then it's a you keep hitting these bumps on the road, this movie, and you're just jilted and like, okay.
Well, is it played for laughs or is it played for
No.
more like, get over it?
Some of it
Initially,
millennial
you could
snowflakes?
probably on the first viewing, I guess some people could see it as it's played for laughs. But I feel like there are other scenes in this movie that undermine that feeling and take it very seriously, and that you have to go with what the film is trying to say overall rather than just one scene here or there, because those little scenes that seem to be played for laughs come in very serious, consequential scenes for characters.
So I think one of the things that shows it's a mess is every time a character is introduced, they have this look on their face that they're not quite sure what's going on. It reminded me of Mortal Engines, funnily enough, in that respect, where what's going on here? Michael Pena, when he first see him, is like he has this look.
He's
on his
not
face.
sure why he's there.
Yeah,
He's
neither
not
am
sure
I.
why he's there.
Bradley Cooper's in this movie.
Not to detract for any of these actors'
No,
performances,
it's not the actor's
because
point at all.
they do what they can with what they have.
It's not their problem.
It's definitely on the director, who is Clint Eastwood.
And Diane Weiss, who plays his ex-wife, unfortunately gets the worst of it.
I feel so bad for her
Because she has some of the like for the plot, she has some of the most what should be emotional, impactful scenes, and they just fall flat. They fall terribly flat. They felt really awkward and almost comical.
Like I swear she's doing an ASMR video for YouTube in that scene where she's dying because she's supposed to have cancer.
It's Scooby-Doo in a Darth Vader costume.
Yeah, it was weird because she's and all this breathing crap and just doing weird things with her mouth and even cuts back to Clint Eastwood in these scenes. And Clint is just like, what are you doing? Like, what's going on? And he's the director. He's supposed to be telling her what to do.
So questionable acting at times.
Questionable acting at times.
What was the movie trying to say anything substantial?
It does get preachy.
It does. Yeah.
It's what it's meant to be about. Is about how your family should be more important than your work. But it's sort of a ham-fisted message that...
Well, that's the theme we end on, but the themes throughout it range from respect your elders because they're wise, and
the mafia
technology
really nice
is bad, and the cartel are actually really nice dudes just trying to make a living, and
but they're scared to
go. So many focuses that it just couldn't tell what its main focus was.
So from what I could tell from the previous podcast, he doesn't actually become the drug mule until the latest stage in his life.
No. So, well, yes. But,
later stage in his life, yes. But
in the movie, it's like half an hour.
It's the first, 15 minutes.
It is, weirdly enough, when he starts being the mule, it does feel like the movie finds its feet. And like, okay, this is the story we want to tell. Whereas before that, it felt uncomfortable. It didn't feel like the film knew what it was yet.
Well, it was weird. It was like Clint was playing two different characters from the opening prologue scene to the scene where he finally becomes a drug mule. It's like night and day, two different characters, but without the character progression to get from one point to the other.
It's like taking the first episode of Breaking Bad and then interjecting it into the middle of season 3.
Yeah. Yeah, I'd say that. Yeah, it's pretty much that. Like, a lot of the weight to the choices that he makes don't feel like they have any weight at all just because of his attitude towards it. Like, it's yeah.
The one time he talked about attitude that I believed in was in a scene that doesn't make sense, where he's just been to his ex-wife's funeral and he's got a gun against his head and saying, "Go and kill me, I don't care." And I was like, I believe you, but for the wrong reasons.
Yeah, it was kind of like Clint Eastwood is literally just, I'm done.
Hollywood, shoot me in the head, I'm done.
Clint.
That's a movie prop. It's filled with blanks.
Or is it? Find out.
How many blanks did I use?
Andy Garcia is in this movie.
Jet Li myself. Was it him who got shot?
Jet Li.
Bruce Lee.
Both of them. No, both of them.
Yeah, I think.
Really?
Wait,
yeah.
Jet Li's still alive, isn't he?
Jet Li.
Yeah,
Jet Li's still alive. No, it was Bruce Lee and it was his son.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
Yeah. R.I.P.
Clint Eastwood wants to
Moving on.
From actual relevant things.
So we didn't have much emotional connection to the characters, is that right?
That is correct.
Yeah, but it's filmed as though we should. And then there are a lot of shots of young ladies' butts.
Say that again, please.
There are a lot of shots of young ladies' butts. Twerking and moving in...
A lot of low angles of just, like...
Imagine Michael Bay with a camera in a party.
Less lens flares, though.
But.
There's a lot of cheeky butt.
Clint Eastwood in this film is depicted as it's weird. It's
he likes to
ethically
dance.
and morally conscious womanizer, because it switches between him being like really young people are so bad these days, relying on technology, and then he's like, screwing two women in a hotel room or two women in the upstairs bedroom of this drug kingpin's palace.
He has this sort of nihilistic view of life where he's just enjoying it day by day, and then he's preaching it as if that's a good thing, like a thing that you're going to base your life on. But at the same time, he's
saying it's bad, though.
Yeah,
like,
exactly.
That's the weird
this
thing.
weird. It's hypocritical.
Well, he's the bastion of moral authority. We can
Obviously, yes. And that's another thing I didn't like about it was it was very sexist. A lot of the women, including his daughter and his wife and his granddaughter, were used as accessories to plot rather than actual characters that lived and breathed in this script. Yeah. And not to mention like the hookers and the general view of women in this film is horrible.
That ultimately how it's treating Earl's character is when he's talking to Julio about, you should get out of this, and the guy's like, no, you don't get to tell me what to do. Okay, I'll go back to my room where I'm somebody, which is just where he's had a threesome.
Yeah,
and it's like that's sort of how that's really how the movie is treating this main character. It's like you can do whatever you want, but you're not relevant.
He is the way he is because no one cares about him.
Yeah.
And he doesn't care.
But he doesn't, like, he built himself into this, and it's...
So before he became a
very
mule, he
hypocritical.
already became estranged from his family.
Yeah.
He's been estranged, he's been
estranged
a bad
pretty much
father
his
entire
whole
life.
Yeah.
Right.
He's
And
been a
what
really
he-
shit father.
So if the moral of the story is put family before work, how hardcore of a florist was he being?
Exactly.
That he put that before being...
That's the thing. He was talking about, because he's supposed to be like a florist botanist. He's talking, like, he's having this argument with his wife at the time of like, I put everything on the line for this family. I travel for this family. I do all this
60 hours
other,
a week.
16 hours.
Also, that's Diane Wiest has an out, like she breaks out then, like into the, she's got this
expositional,
but it's
laden
it's,
argument.
It's so bad. Like that's like, oh no, my head was just like, stop, cut the scene quick.
Yeah.
It's just awkward, but not in the, and it could be awkward in a good way, where like this argument at a engagement party, this could be done well, but no, it's awkward because it's badly acted, badly written,
and it's weird because from this wedding party thing that they're going to, that's when Clint Eastwood gets approached by a friend of the bride, who is his granddaughter, and offered a job to be a drug mule, and it's so ham-fisted and just weird.
I mean, it's believable, but at the same time, it's very out of left field.
Yeah.
So someone took a nugget of idea, said a 90-year-old drug mule. That could be interesting.
It could have been interesting.
It could
Have
be
a script
interesting.
on my desk by Monday. Go do it.
I feel
And
like
this
there
is
could
it?
be a good TV movie made on the cheap by NBC or something on this.
Yeah.
That would be better than this movie.
Yeah, I think so. At the very least, the budget would constrain all of those themes down to maybe 2 or 3 of them instead of 10.
Imagine if this was an episode like of True Detective or something.
Yeah, no, I can see it as a whole season of True Detective. That could have actually been really interesting.
Maybe.
Like Bradley Cooper as the detective, and he's trying to track down this drug
We could have
mule
more
who's
in his
leaving bodies
family.
in his wake, and he's an old man. That would have been so cool. I would have loved to see that. But this...
So I don't know about a whole season.
Yeah, no, I think
Maybe an episode.
Yeah, I think an episode. It'd be
No, I reckon, like, I don't know, maybe a 3-episode arc or something.
a 3-episode miniseries, maybe.
Because you could probably fit a lot of the themes that it tries to tackle into an episodic.
That's the problem with this
format.
movie, is it's simultaneously far too long for its content and then far too short for all the emotional beats it wants to hit.
Yeah.
That's why it feels ham-fisted.
Bit of a mishmash then.
Yes.
And unlike other things where you,
Mash.
like unlike Glass, where there's
Mash.
a at the start there's a ham sandwich in acting that's enjoyable. The acting in this isn't enjoyable. It's just hammy. It's just this is
Got him.
Yeah.
All right.
Well,
that's
our condensed version of the Mule.
I think I'm
final
giving it
score?
a 4 out of 10.
Yeah, I'm giving it a 3. It would have been maybe a 5, but if it weren't for all those racist and sexist bullcrap,
It does drag it
Yeah.
down.
Yeah, fair
it's
enough.
Bad.
Yeah, I think I'll probably give it a 6. Because
he hasn't seen it.
It wasn't that enjoyable. That's just the trailer I'm giving it.
Go see
You're
Gran Torino.
giving the trailer a 6.
The trailer was enough to
Fair
get me
enough.
interested, I suppose.
fair enough.
But, not enough to
Yeah.
get me in the cinema.
So Suicide Squad was a 9 out of 10 for you then?
Absolutely.
All right, guys. Well, that's been today. If you want to hear more, please don't hesitate to go down to the Spotify link in the comments and the descriptions. Please leave some comments
We'd love to
on
hear
this
your
video, on Facebook, and all that other junk.
Yeah, Jordan, when you're watching this in the future, leave some comments, please. Make
Yep.
it look like we're having people that are actually viewing the
Exactly.
video.
I'll make at least
good.
10 other accounts so we can make it look like we've got some followers.
I'd love to
Let's
hear
do
from
it.
different demographics. If there's an old person out there who actually understands technology, unlike people in this movie, and has watched this video, please leave your opinion.
And
at the
isn't
bottom.
ageist like Clint Eastwood's character in this film.
Well, maybe if they didn't think he was, I'd like to hear that opinion.
Yeah, that'd be great. That'd be awesome.
Well, I'm
If
Scotty.
you, yeah, okay, sorry. Say it again.
Well, I'm Scotty.
Say it again.
He's Scotty.
Again.
I'm Scotty. I'm just going to leave it there.
I'm Caleb.
I'm Jordan, and we are We Movies. Catch you guys around.
Ta-ta.
Their movie's better than me. Shout out to Chris.